Howlett to Hardingham. Oh, it's a dodgy on handball to Lovett Murray, intercepted by Scott Selwood. Handball comes back to Smith. Here's Kennedy, had a quiet afternoon. Oh, fends off McVeigh and he gets away with it. Kennedy just runs into goal and kicks it. And McVeigh says, what about me?
They deserve the goal, 6 inside 50s to 1.
This is more like the West Coast Eagles we've seen for the season so far. They've got that look in their eye at the moment. Free kick going their way out of the middle to Matt Prittis as well. Advances the cause up to the 50. Lynch has to work hard to get there. Oh, they got the beautiful bounce. Kennedy again, devastating to Selwood. Open goal. Flirted with the post, but made no mistake. So the Eagles right on the back foot here. They lead by 1, but Essendon with the last couple of goals and the momentum into the breeze. Cox, oh, they almost fought amongst themselves there. Schofield takes the relieving mark. And is there an outlet kick for him? Certainly not instantly. Ham's working hard on the other side of the ground. The time was up, and he's got to get himself around here, and he does into the clear.
Comfortably done by Schofield. Goes long. Cox. Chasing him is Watson, and Watson wins out. Superior ground skills. Beautifully done by the Bombers skipper. To Melksham. To Monfries. Back to Melksham. Great tackle by Ebert. Nat Nui threw it again. Out to Cox. Quick handball off to Shuey. Fletcher lays the tackle but manages to dish off to Kerr, who went for the ambitious bounce. Spins around on the right. Kicks towards goal. Magnificent Daniel Kerr.
Daniel Kerr, Nat Nui made a great start, a good combination. They keep finding an answer, the West Coast Eagles, but can't put a gap on Essendon.
West Coast by 7 points. Handball comes out to Ebert. Intercepted by Lovett Murray, but Ebert gets it back. Well done. Kicks to half forward. Off to Hams, who sizzles the pass inside 50 to Kennedy. That's the way you wanted if you're a forward. And he'll go back and try and kick a goal from about 47 metres out directly in front. He's kicked 48 goals for the season. Kennedy, that familiar little stutter, and then drives through the ball and misses to the right. 2-2 to Josh Kennedy this afternoon. And West Coast lead by 8 points. Going 18 and a half minutes in this third quarter. Kick was in the direction of Ryder, couldn't take the mark. Mopping up his Shuey, and he goes inside the Cox, who was left all alone. So he gives it off to Lacroix, who kicks for goal and gets another one. How easy was that?
Lovett Murray hacking it to half forward. It's on here. Hill has to bend the knees and came through. Took a chance with the slap. Oh, Watson's down and out. He's earned himself a free, and now it's on. Oh, they're coming from everywhere. They might give 50 here if they're not careful, the Eagles. Let's see, check on Watson's condition. Lovett Murray loves a scrap.
It is Beau Waters.
Beau Waters. And it was almost like a clash of heads, wasn't it?
He went in low.
Did look like his shoulder, though did make contact here with Joe Watson. It's his shoulder, and any time you make head-high contact and a player comes off in this state, you're in serious trouble.
Kyle Reimers, a picture of absolute concentration. Crowd making it as tough as possible, and the crowd delighted with the result.
See Joe Watson, he said to the Doc Reed before, I'm right, he wants to come back on, and they'd need to because they can't afford to go down another rotation.
And then again, Jack Rewell wanted to come back on too, didn't he?
50 against
Murray's lost it. And that might be a double 50 if he's not careful.
Come to life, and they've activated the sub. It's Marston on, boys, for Ashton Hams.
16 disposals for the day so far. Kicked 19 goals, 18 going into today, so 19-19 for the season. But this should be elementary, and he shows his class again.
We saw Zaharakis in the first quarter and Crameri in the second quarter. You feel they need a goal just to get in touch for this last quarter.
Kick in the Hill direction. Kerr tries to claim the mark. Umpire says play on. He's slung into the ground by Hocking Kerr.
It hurt too.
It did on. Ryder gave it straight up to Embley. Quick kick. Carlisle underneath it again, takes the mark. No, he doesn't. Kennedy manages to spoil. Carlisle's good enough to get it to Myers, who blazed away only as far as Hearn. And he does the unselfish thing. He shorts it to Kennedy. He can go back and kick his third. Let's have a look at this tackle again on Daniel Kerr. Josh Kennedy. He's kicked 2 goals, 2. This should be bread and butter for him. He's only 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. It's a goal. It's a big buffer now for West Coast.
And so Angus Monfries, who won the footy. Oh, dangerous short one, Lynch. Got a fingernail to it, but it's worked out all right. Heppel from Zaharakis. Adventurous handball for Jetta. Well, he could do well. He couldn't do much at all. And the Eagles had a different edge to them, haven't they, since half-time. That wasn't great use of the advantage, I wouldn't have thought, from Pritis. It mightn't turn out too bad for them in the end. Marston up to the wing. And again, the boundary line was near. Didn't quite make it out, though. That works to the West Coast advantage. Kerr pulls the trigger on one of those penetrating handballs. Creative for Selwood. They work the Lucy. Kennedy, there's a man in the goal square. Instead, he goes short for Leclerc. Still a man in the goal square, Ebert. He's still on his own. And he might be able to either mark it or shepherd it through. He just stands his ground and watches it sail beautifully over his head.
Can get, he started as the sub today, an early recruit. They're the type of goals he's got to nail.
Oh, the kick fell short.
Not the man you want to have the footy either.
Shannon Hearn's got it. Eagles lead by 20. Shannon Hearn will be kicking from 55 metres out. Still in play, and the mark has been taken by Kennedy.
Or has it? It has? Yep, it has. He's just checking the goal umpire.
So Josh Kennedy plays on and kicks his fourth.
Again, Shuey. Try marking that one. Tough for Lynch. Hardingham's there as well. Lynch looking for a man to give it to. He went with the space in the end. Great commitment from both sides. Stanton. Gaff, Pritis. Oh, he had to be quicker with the release. It didn't hurt him in the end. Waters has got the footy and can send the Eagles away again. And they just seem to have a little more run in them at the moment. Natanui's deep inside 50. He's got to come late, and he had to spoil. That turned out all right. He kept on coming. Kerr just blasting away. Boom or bust for the Eagles. Boom!
You see Natanu'i make a great spoil, but I want to watch Daniel Kerr come into frame here. Howlett just a metre off him, spent, and Kerr, that's all he needs. It's an ugly kick off the boot, but just that gut running from Kerr was the difference. Just got away from Howlett. 23 disposals, 11 contested possessions, 6 clearances, 2 goals for Daniel Kerr. Natanui's away, has a bounce, lopes to the 50. Nick Natanu'i.
If he just does something like this once a day, what excitement he brings.
And Daniel Kerr, Hutto, this has been the difference in the game since half-time.
13-109 to 11-5-71, the margin, 38 points. And really, the absence of Watson has been very, very significant since he's gone down.
Pritis. Here's Kennedy, turns Carlisle inside out. He's got 4. He might go for his 5th. Josh Kennedy, it's close. It's hit the posts. It's a highlights reel now for the Eagles. They lead by 39 points.
It's a sign of the Bombers. Not much run there for Fletcher from that kick in, and this is the result.
And with the momentum, Hearn takes it into the 50, and the crowd cheering every kick and mark at the moment. Cox will line them up. So Daniel Kerr coming off the ground with Luke Shuey to rapturous applause from a very satisfied West Coast crowd. Cox comes in for some more finishing touches and delivers their 17th goal. They're watching Natanu'i very closely here on the throw-in. Cox was meant to do the ruck, went over both ruckman's head. Selwood saw a bit of an opening. In hard, Kerr as ever. Here's his mantra into the pocket. Natanu'i versus Fletcher. The old and the young going hard. And somehow Natanui able to seduce the ball and get it out to Cox. Top of the square. Lovely body work from Embley. Nice little edge out. And Heppel left to argue the toss with the umpire, but couldn't do much else.
Been 11 goals to 4 since half-time. So a real dominance, and this will be number 12 after half-time to Andrew Embley. He's worked really hard as well, Embley. He's been such a good player for a long period of time. Up for his 18th disposal and second goal.
The margin, as we speak, is 45. Embley comes in. The dam has well and truly burst. They lead by 51.
Days had though Daniel Kerr. 25 disposals, 14 contested possessions, 7 clearances and a couple of goals. He's done his work this afternoon. Hutto.
Hearn kicks in. Stanton involved. He was able to shake off the would-be tackler. And back for a point. Well, Lloydie, what sort of damage can the Eagles do? They finished top 4. Obviously, they'll have to be away for the first week of the finals against Collingwood. They'll be massive underdogs there, but are there any chance of upsetting Collingwood or doing further damage later in the finals? We'll just watch this goal because they're going to go from one coast to the other. The West Coasters from one goal to the other, and another goal on the board. And their crowd here just can't believe what they've seen this year. The transformation in this side. 4 goals for Mark Lacroix. And they're going to win here by over 50 points, it seems.
And they can score so heavily. The West Coast Eagles was a pretty scrappy first half, and the Bombers undermanned after half-time. 2 crucial players, physical players out of the game in Watson and Welsh. But just on the West Coast Eagles, I think they're getting Collingwood. They could get Collingwood underdone in that first final. There's players, Chris Dawes, he's not playing again this week. Alan Tooby, first game back. Alan Didak underdone. Wellingham can't play again this weekend. So I give them a real chance.
Hard-working day in the box for Lloydie. Here's the Eagles streaming nicely together. And out wide, it's Adam Selwood, the old warrior, into Lynch to give the locals a bit more entertainment. Quite complete the job. And doesn't have a shot for goal either. Lacroix will, though. Smothered well. And Selwood kept on coming, and where's one? Very high.
Love it. Murray's added a bit of excitement to the contest.
Yes. Here's the big cue stick. And this is sailing home too. Been a joyous second half for the West Coast Eagles. Pritis gets something away. Not sure if you'd actually call it a handball. And Jetta has all the time in the world to decide whether to have the shot or pass it. And I don't think he came up with the answer. In the end, it was somewhere in between. The Eagles should be able to run this one away. The siren sounds. And the West Coast Eagles get home by 57 points and are looking very, very good for the top 4.
The Eagles all but secure the double chance in the finals for Essendon. They've got to count the cost with injuries to Crameri and concussions to Welsh and Watson. So, in front of a very healthy crowd here at Subiaco, it is the West Coast Eagles by 57 points over Essendon. Hope you enjoyed the game. Good afternoon.